today. From Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. This is Madden NFL 21 on EA Sports.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll start with the option. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Muscles him off. Powers through again. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And it's caught by Parker. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
This is caught. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. And out of bounds there on the kick. Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Darnold. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It's the former Hurricane great, Frank Gore. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll throw from the gun. And throw right side complete to Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it. And tussle fly, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right?
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Myles Gaskin with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
It's not much as perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. And the kicker commits the kicker's cardinal sin. He kicks it out of bounds. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now. 1st and 10 at their own 43. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up the 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 1st down, it's good. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, Gore. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
2nd and 10. At the 27-yard line.
Down right around the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
23 yards, the final tally.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. But he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they'll go back to their huddle with more pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Tua going to throw. And then it's caught. Touchdown, Miami. Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass. And baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man in concert.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And the kickoff sails out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty.
You can see the looks on the faces of the rest of the team. You have one job to do. Just kick the ball and play.
Well, that's exactly right, Charles. The kicker, this is just inexcusable.
Absolutely inexcusable. Everyone out there slugging it out for the entire game. Execute your job.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards in the first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Johnson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Noah Igbenogany.
Darnold from the gun. He gets it left side to Johnson. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a save.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
7-yard pickup.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Darnold to his tight end, Chris Herndon on the touchdown pass. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a short kick taken at about the 16. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So we come upon halftime, and what's 8? You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Oh, a mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
Kick out of bounds.
And Charles, this is one of those inexcusable special teams penalties, an out-of-bounds kickoff.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Sometimes errors occur because of situations.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. And well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Sanders on for the extra point. And he missed it again. The fourth time now in this game alone, and that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline.
Kickoff for Miami.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job. Execute it.
Darnold on first down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, but it's going to be second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Incomplete. Byron Jones on the coverage.
Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground. A few yards short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devontae Parker, 62 yards. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Conversion is no good on the fake extra point.
Partner, that type of a lead, and they're going to fake it from the 15 to try and pick up a 2-point play instead of kicking it through the post. Come on, man. Put that in mock.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Jets take over first.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now that'll kick out of bounds, and this is going to be spotted back at their own 30. Oh, man. Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on him, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Now they've completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. 2 and a throw again. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. 9 yards That's not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball in time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Off the play action, Tagovailoa, and he's got it. They add on more, a little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Short kick. One of the up middle. Now with him and a loose football. A good-looking return set up here.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't been.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
That play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Faking the give, Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker now. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never get the 100-yard rusher, the 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua fighting Devontae Parker for the touchdown there. And the Dolphins take advantage of the turnover and put up 6.
plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And this is going to be caught. I'm not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 5 yards remain on second down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Third down and 10.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And it's caught by Parker. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just won't pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa as his guys continue to pull it off. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Once again, the Dolphins will come out and go for 2. And he's brought down. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
In your face.
Now Darnold. Throw left side, complete. It's Johnson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Darnold now to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one...
And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
No doubt in this passing game, they've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold-up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
He's going to let one go deep for Park. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 33 yards that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. And I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them. And now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Tua setting up shop to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
They'll try to run with Breida, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So then we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one. You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Their own 37-yard line.
New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm?
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
McLaughlin for the extra point.
Point after.
Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
We clean it up, baby.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. Jakeem Grant now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
9 and 18.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Darnold. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Emmanuel Ogbah that time able to drop him for a loss. Eluding the pressure right. Finding room to the Darnold. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit. You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
And he's got his man on the out route. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, Darnold. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Let it well, and it's picked. The 20, 10, 5.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. A little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Just 12.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?